Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
A very good morning to all of your honorable guests, distinguished speaker, and ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to ICLIQE 2024. It is an honor for us to welcome you all to Solo and this conference. On behalf of the organizing committee, I am Muhammad Yusuf Ramdhani, on the Master of Ceremony in this international conference. We are very grateful to be blessed to withhold an opportunity that we are able to gather here to discuss various important issues in the global trends in education. Ladies and gentlemen, on this beautiful occasion, please allow me to greet this conference chair and also the invited speaker of ICLIQE 2024. We can give the Honorable Rector Sebelas Maret University, the Acting Vice Rector for Academic and Research Universitas Sebelas Maret, respectable Profesor Dr. Fitria Rahmawati SSI MSI, Dean of Faculty of Teacher Training and Education Universitas Sebelas Maret, Dr. Imam Sujadi MSI, Vice Dean of Academic and Research, Dr. PhD Nurma Yunita Indrianti SPD MSI MSc, Vice Dean of Non-Academic Affairs, Dr. Yuyun Estrianto STMT, Vice Dean of Student and Alumni Affairs, Profesor Dr. Slamet Subiantoro MSI, and the Honorable our keynote speakers, Professor David F. Trieges from Certain University Western Australia, Profesor Azlan bin Kamari from University Pendidikan Sultan Idris Malaysia, Profesor Dedi Kuswandi from Universitas Negeri Malang from Indonesia, and the last, Profesor Sri Marmoa from Universitas 11 Maret Indonesia. Also a warm greeting to our moderator for today's conference, Mr. Wazir Ali, PhD Scholar, and Mrs. Ruli Hafidah, Sarjana Pendidikan Magister Humaniora. We kindly also enjoy this conference as we are going to have a great discussion in this ICLIQE 2024, which is organized by the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education Universitas 11 Maret. Taking the theme of digital technology innovation, sustainable development in education, and the ICLIQE 2024 is aimed to be a forum to accommodate researchers, academics, government, and other stakeholders to share perspectives related to education trends since from the perspective of Society 5.0. Ladies and gentlemen, to begin this agenda, I would like to ask you all to rise and as we are going to sing our national anthem, Indonesia Raya. Please stand up.
Sanalah aku berdiri, jadi pandu
Please be seated. As our welcome gesture to you, we would like to present a Javanese dance performed from UKM Unit Pengembangan Kesenian Daerah FKIP UNS. This is a dance to portray the Javanese warm hospitality and the rich culture of Central Java. Here is our welcome greeting, the traditional dance of Golek Manis. Please give applause to traditional dance from UKM FKIP UNS. The next agenda is welcoming speech by the committee chair. Please welcome Dr. Idam Ragil Widianto Atmojo, SPD MSI. Stage is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Honorable Rector of Universitas Sebelas Maret and all Vice Rector, Dean of the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education and all of Vice Dean, all staff from the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, as well as the entire ICLIQE Committee is 2024. Excellencies, all the speakers, Prof. David F. Tregas from Curtin University, Western Australia, Prof. Azlan bin Kamari, University Pendidikan Sultan Idris, Malaysia, Profesor Dedi Kuswandi from Universitas Negeri Malang, Indonesia, Profesor Sri Marmoah, Universitas 11 Maret, Indonesia, and of dear conference participant. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I respect. Currently, sustainable development is the focus of various countries, including Indonesia. Education is one of essential component in the sustainable development process that enables society to make wiser and more sustainable decisions in protecting the environment. Furthermore, developing digital technology can increase efficiency and responsible use the resource by reducing environmental impact. In addition, innovation are needed to support sustainable development. Therefore, of the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Universitas 11 Maret is concerned with supporting and making effort for sustainable development. One of them is through the Academic Forum of International Seminar, which discuss digital technology, innovation, and sustainable development in the field of education. According to the committee report, 143 manuscripts were submitted and 79 manuscripts will be present in the parallel session of this conference. Therefore, I thank the present for the enthusiasm for participating in this event. I believe your contribution will be benefiting teacher and learning innovation and actually education. I also thank for the 4 invited speakers who will be specifically discuss digital technology, innovation, sustainable development in education. I want to congratulate the committee for making this event successfully until now. In conclusion, I wish you for very fruitful discussion. Thank you very much for participating in this conference. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thanks to Dr. Idam Ragil from the welcoming speech. The next agenda is welcoming speech by Vice Dean of Academic and Research to Dr. PhD Nurma Yunita Indrianti, SPD MSI MSc. Stage is yours.
Yes, good morning everybody. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semuanya. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. The Honorable, the keynote speaker of the 8th International Conference on Learning, Innovation and Quality Education, ICLIQE 2024. The first is the Honorable Professor David Tregas from Curtin University, Australia. And then the second one, the Honorable Professor Azlan Kamari from University Pendidikan Sultan Idris, Malaysia. And then the Honorable Professor Dedi Kuswandi, Universitas Negeri Malang, UM, Indonesia. And then the Honorable Professor Dr. Sri Marmoah, Universitas Sebelas Maret, Indonesia, the Chairman of the committee, the ICLIQE 2024, Dr. Idam Ragil, and then all of the committee of ICLIQE 2024, all of the invited speaker, all of the parallel speaker and participant for the 8th ICLIQE 2024. Alhamdulillah, we can have this conference in hybrid mode in this nice building, the new building. We have new building in Tower UNS and also in Zoom meeting for the 8th ICLIQE that Dr. Idam has already mentioned. Is about the technology, how technology have opportunities to expand and to support the education for sustainable development. Thank you very much for all honorable speaker that can, that's very honored to have you all here in this 8th ICLIQE. And also we have report from the committee that more than 300 participants register, and then for today we have 75, yes, parallel speaker that would participate and contribute to share their experience, their knowledge, their finding about research in innovation in learning, innovation in technology especially, and then we can discuss deeply, we can discuss and then collaborate maybe between all of the speaker and participant in this conference. From the faculty, thank you very much for the hard work from the committee and also all of the participants that maybe I'm witnessing the first ICLIQE 2016 at that time. We have pushed Diklat UNS in the building in the first ICLIQE, and at that time we have MOA signing, of course, from here in University Sebelas Maret and Faculty of Education, Universitas Kebangsaan Malaysia at that time. So hopefully this conference also can expand the collaboration, expand the research, and this is of course for scholars and students for the development technology in education. Okay, thank you very much for all of that, and I hope you can enjoy the conference, enjoy Solo of course, because this is long weekend, you know, but you have a very nice academic event that can we can deepen the knowledge and also collaboration between all of the participant and speaker. And we would like to ask our Vice Rector for Academic and also Research, Professor Fitria, to have the speech and officially open this program. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thanks to Dr. PhD Nurma Yunita Indrianti for opening speech. The next agenda is opening remarks by the Rector of Universitas Sebelas Maret, represented by Vice Rector for Academic and Research Universitas Sebelas Maret, Professor Dr. Fitria Rahmawati, SSI, MSI. Stage is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, good morning, dan salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. The Honorable Vice Dean of Academic and Research, Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan, Universitas Sebelas Maret. The Honorable Chair of the ICLIQE Committee, Dr. Idam Ragil. The Honorable Keynote Speakers, Professor David F. Trigues from Curtin University, Profesor Azlan bin Kamari from University Pendidikan Sultan Idris, Malaysia, Profesor Dedi Kuswandi from Universitas Negeri Malang, and Profesor Sri Marmoah from Universitas Sebelas Maret. And of course, the Honorable distinguished guests, committee participants, and all of ladies and gentlemen. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim, on behalf of Universitas Sebelas Maret, I welcome you all to the International Conference on Learning, Innovation and Quality Education, or ICLIQE, the 8th ICLIQE 2024. As we understand that our world is rapidly changing, driven by the growing influence of digital technology and innovation. The theme of today's seminar, Digital Technology, Innovation and Sustainable Development in Education, is relevant to its ongoing transformation. Some of these changes were anticipated, while others have taken us by surprise. On the other hand, we have predicted the digital revolution and the wave of innovation, but on the other hand, global challenges have forced us to adapt even faster. Ladies and gentlemen, digital technology has become a key driver of transformation across all sectors, including education. And the innovation brought by this technology allow us to integrate sustainability into the development of education. Sustainability is not just about the technology itself, but also about building an inclusive, equitable, and sustainable education system. Therefore, we must ensure that the technology support the goal of sustainable development in education and providing more equitable access, enhancing the quality of learning in the digital age. According to the committee's report, this seminar involved 400 participants who are attending offline and online, and the participants are coming from several countries, including Indonesia, Malaysia, Australia, and Iran. I do believe that this conference will provide valuable insight and significantly promote innovation in teaching and learning for the future. I express my gratitude to the invited speakers for their willingness to share knowledge in this seminar. And also I express gratitude to all of the committee members who has prepared very well to this, for this conference. And finally, by reciting Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, I officially open the 8th International Conference on Learning, Innovation and Quality Education, or ICLIQE 2024. I wish you all have productive discussion and enriching experience. Thank you very much for your participation. And before I finish my speech, let me recite the following poem. Poem or pantun, ya. But it is in Indonesian. Janganlah engkau berpikir picik. Okay. Berpikirlah seluar samudra. Selamat datang peserta ICLIQE di kampus Universitas tercinta. Memancing ikan di tepi telaga. Ikan didapat, enaklah dibakar. Bersemuka ataupun tatap maya, tetap semangat adakan seminar. Thank you very much. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Professor Fitria, for opening ICLIQE 2024 officially. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before moving forward to the next agenda, we are pleased to inform to the representative of the rector, the board of Universitas Sebelas Maret, and all of the speakers to have photo session on the stage. And also for the participant who join in the Zoom meeting application, please turn on your camera for a while. Kepada seluruh peserta dimohon untuk bisa berfoto bersama di depan. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move to the main agenda. We will begin the first session of the plenary lecture with Professor David F. Trieges and Professor Sri Marmoah. Before the next main agenda, I would like to introduce to you our moderator. He who has his PhD in Teacher Education from Sebelas Maret University and a Master of Philosophy in Political Science from Lasbela University of Agriculture, Pakistan. His research interests include pedagogical science, teacher education, technological education, and political participation. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Wazir Ali, PhD scholar.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum. I am Wazir Ali. I am a PhD student here in Sebelas Maret University, Surakarta. I am doing my PhD in pedagogical sciences, and basically I belong to Pakistan, and my previous major was political science, and I have exposure of doing research in social and political science both, and now I have been working in educational science, and it's a pleasure to be a moderator today for this wonderful conference, and I hope that audience will also join us and they will be achieving some knowledge from this session. So we will move forward. Thank you so much. So we have two speakers for this session. First is Professor David Trieges, and second is Dr. Sri Marmoah from ONS. So I hope that this is a hybrid session. One will be online and one will be offline. So can we start with online session first? Okay. So I would invite Professor Dr. Sri Marmoah to join us on the stage, and then we will start the session.
Okay, so I share my screen. So can you see my screen? Oops. Let's have a look here. Sorry.
I will start. No, Professor is on the Zoom. So
right,
we will start with Professor David Tregus, and I
Yeah.
will introduce to him to the audience. Yeah. Thank you so
I
much,
just want to
Professor,
know
for
if
joining
you can.
for this session. So Professor David is a distinguished professor, and he has been working in education sector for the last 3 decades, and he is a wonderful. So he served as a professor in a leader in science education, contributing to curriculum development, teacher training, and education science for the several years. Throughout his career, professor has held several positions and worked at the several institutions. At the moment, he has been working at Curtin University, Australia, and he has been publishing in throughout the various journals, and he is one of the very distinguished professor who has been cited more than 45,000 times at Google Scholar. He has several research papers, and he has been working as editor and sub-editors for Taylor and Francis, Springer, Nature, and other sort of journals. So he has a very rich research background. So today he is going to brief us and share his knowledge with us. So I will not take more time, and I will invite Professor to start his presentation. Thank you, sir.
Okay, I want to be sure. Can you see my slides? Can you see my slides?
Yes, yes, your slides are visible.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
So now they're in. You can see them now too. Is everything clear?
No, no, Professor.
Can you see my slides?
No, your slides.
Oh, right. Okay, that's what so I need to figure out what to do. Can you now?
No, sir. You are at screen. Your presentation is.
Okay, this is. I have to start again. So, where's the?
Please
bloody
open the
thing
Zoom
going?
and click your start screen.
Tell me.
Share screen, Prof.
Yeah, share screen,
Yes.
Professor. Go with the share.
So this isn't working. No?
Prof, open your Zoom meeting and share screen.
Yeah, this is what I tried to do. So I've got this here. God, what am I doing?
Can we share from
I'm not sure what
here,
I'm
Prof?
doing, to be honest. I will try a different way. Share. Share. What's happening now?
Yes, Prof.
I share my screen or what? Or new share?
Yes, Prof.
You can share the presentation now, Professor. Just open the presentation.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it is visible.
Can you see that now or not?
Yeah, it is visible now, but you could go for the maximize screen.
Oh, okay, let me do it. So now you can see.
Yes, it is visible.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, 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 it is visible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I'm not terribly good at technology. Thank you for this invitation. I'm most appreciative. It's very interesting to watch the video about the development and status of your university, and I enjoyed the opening ceremony very much. So thank you for the committee for introducing me and for the invitation, and particularly from Professor Sri Mamua. So what I'd like to talk about it's time to challenge the limitations of what science concepts are taught in primary school. And I'm going to present this in the context of a particular project called Einstein First. It's a project that's led by Professor David Blair at the University of Western Australia. The idea is to modernize physical science teaching in schools by including Einsteinian concepts of space, time, matter, and radiation in the curriculum. I want to talk about the theoretical basis for doing that. I will discuss the influence of Piaget's stage theory, which most of us know about, and the challenges. And then I want to talk about the substantial work of Kathleen Metz, which takes Piaget's ideas to a different level. I want to talk about the evidence that students can learn abstract concepts given appropriate lessons and support, and the instructional design principles for teaching scientific ideas. And I'll mention something about Year 3, learning science. The context here is the Australian science curriculum, and a project that's 10 years in the making, which is called Einstein First. So the Australian science curriculum, much of the current physical science curriculum is founded on physics concepts developed before 1900. I suspect the same applies to the Indonesian science curriculum. Newtonian physics and this kind of thing. The physics of our university is Einsteinian, and Newtonian physics is an approximation. Modern discoveries like gravitational waves, black holes, quantum computing, it's in the news on a regular basis, can only be described by Einsteinian language. And students of all ages are interested in these topics. It grabs their attention. And David Blair, the leader of this project, says all students have the right to learn our modern understanding of science. So, this Einstein First project is a project which was preceded by a decade of classroom trials in years 3 through 10, which is students in age 8 to 16. The idea is to introduce language and basic concepts of modern science at an early age. So students learn the language just like they would learn Indonesian or learn English, and then they might be using words that they don't understand, but the more they use the words, they begin to understand. So we want to develop practical methods for teaching the fundamental concepts of modern physics, and we want to enhance STEM education, which seems to be the big message now, through explanatory power of concepts. We don't want people to be just memorizing, we want them to learn the concepts and explain what they can offer. And students want to understand the basic physics concepts behind technologies that are part of modern life. How does a mobile phone work? How do X-rays work? How do solar panels work? If you ask students, they want to know, but that typically isn't in the curriculum. The Einstein Physics curriculum group has a research collaboration. In Australia, we have researchers and education systems, Science Teachers Association, and in West Australia, a particular out-of-school activity called the Gravity Discovery Centre. So this is an international effort. We have collaboration with researchers in Norway, China, South Korea, Italy, Germany, Britain, and USA. And we also have interest from colleagues in Indonesia and India. So I think this will progress in Indonesia also. This is our group of people. You can see me in the right corner over here. So these are PhD students and academics. This is David Blair, a famous scientist. Another famous scientist here, Mario Zadnik. And then the other people are here's a postdoc, and the others are doctoral students. So what's the theoretical basis for introducing modern physics concepts in primary school? Well, we want to look at Piaget's stages, and then the challenges to these stages. So in terms of the Piaget stages, you know their logical mathematical structures and related learning opportunities. And these have been very influential in the Australian curriculum, and I suspect many curricula around the world. Constructivism, cognitive learning theories include Piaget. In Australia, we have a primary curriculum program which is very well used in the schools. It uses this 5E model: engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. And there's been very positive positive outcomes over 5 decades. And certainly these ideas of Piaget with the stages model and these elaborations like the 5E model have been very important and involving science curricula and teaching methods of active learning in primary school in Australia. Now, there are negative outcomes because Piaget's ideas, there are implied restrictions of some children's learning due to age or stage development. And there are observations that children's learning did not neatly fit these cognitive patterns. So, for example, you might find children in primary school who are thinking very logically and very conceptually about concepts that they're not supposed to be able to understand based on Piaget's stage theories. So over the years, there have been critiques about Piaget's ideas. And an important point to note is that Piaget, and I have a lot of time for Piaget's work, by the way, I'm not criticizing him, focused on development, not learning. And primarily, the development theory focused on a child working alone. If you know about Piaget's many books, they are often interviews with single students. However, research shows that children best learn collaboratively. And the argument that primary children's thinking is limited to concrete observations is not correct. So the main question is, should we restrict children's science to hands-on activities and relegate abstract ideas to later grades? And I think you know, if you're in primary education, that actually young children can think abstractly. So what does the research tell us? So I'm looking at the research from one particular person who's at the University of California, Berkeley. Is Kathleen Metz, and she's done a lot of work with this, with very young children. So some major points: domain-specific knowledge has an important impact on children's scientific investigation. And children must have some understanding of the concept to participate in inquiry learning. If you remember, there were some early projects from the United States that was very much activity-based in science, but then when the researchers looked at what students were understanding, they were doing a lot of activity, but not developing a lot of understanding. So what we want to do, we want to scaffold children's deep exploration that supports their inquiry learning. And we want students to collaborate together to raise the level of cognitive activity. And we want to make the use of social context. So students engage in domain-specific knowledge and scientific inquiry processes. So this isn't necessarily different from that 5E model, but we're emphasizing the notion of scaffolding and collaboration and social context. Kathleen Metz have written many papers. This one here, Challenges to Piaget's Stage Theory. So if you follow the stage theory, in elementary science, all you deal with basically are observations and recording. And what she's saying is, if you postpone the integrated practice until higher grades, there's limitations in the teaching and learning of scientific inquiry. And if they only deal with these elementary science practices like observation and categorization, they don't develop a rich goal structure or purpose of why they're learning the content. This practice is detrimental from cognitive, motivational, and epistemological perspectives, and the shortcomings are attributed to the child's stage. The shortcomings will disappear with cognitive development. So that's the issue about Piaget's research based on cognitive development, not on learning concepts. So out of this work with Kathleen Metz, she developed some design principles for teaching scientific ideas to young children. And this is what we're doing with Einstein First. So I want to design instruction to engage students' curiosity, intuition, and ideas. We want to develop conceptual understanding that has got explanatory power. We want to problematize key ideas within children's scientific understanding. We want to maximize the power of children's reasoning. And I think we've all heard primary school children reasoning in a way that you're astonished. I didn't know those children could think like that. And children can understand abstract scientific ideas with powerful instruction and scaffolding. So a lot depends on the teacher, and we're involved in teacher education. And so this is our forte, to make sure that we bring powerful instruction and scaffolding that instruction in our pre-service and in-service programs. So I'm talking about Einstein First, this program, and how do we develop these ideas for years 3 through 10. So we have 9 principles to guide the development of the teaching of Einsteinian physics. And when you look at them, I think you can see that they fit very well with what primary school students like to do. We use activities to define the concepts. We use toys, models, and analogies. We're drawing activity-based group learning. We invoke whole body learning. We simplify the language where needed. Obviously, you can't be teaching terribly abstract concepts at the outset to very young children. We identify keywords for unifying concepts. We use role plays to represent conceptual change. And we use only inexpensive consumer level equipment. We facilitate activity-led teacher professional development workshops, and we're doing that currently in Western Australia. And we have a new grant that we're going to facilitate activity-led teacher professional development in all states in Australia. So, how is Einstein first acknowledging implementing these research findings? We're using plays, songs and games, models and analogies and hands-on activities. We want children to become familiar with simple molecules. The activities use children's natural curiosity. Children are engaged in scientific practices, which is what we want young children and young people to do, not just at university. The curriculum materials focus on a single domain. We have support materials and teacher professional learning, which are integral to the learning environment. And what we're doing is building foundation stones for future learning and understanding the explanatory power of concepts. And we want young children to be familiar with language and ideas in preparation for secondary school. So we have 4 topics that we've given terms like this: atom, frenzy, and hot stuff. May the force be with you. Fantastic photons and our place in the universe, and sustainable electricity. So each module contains curriculum material, teacher background, detailed lessons, PowerPoint slides, pre-tests and post-tests with marking guides, and, as I mentioned before, online professional learning modules. So I'll give you some examples of activities. So this is students learning how to construct a triangle on curved space. The curved space is an upturned wok. And of course, we all know from our first learning in geometry that the angles in a triangle make 180 degrees. But when you do making a triangle on a curved space, that's not the case. So all of a sudden, we're thinking in two-dimensional space, not in three-dimensional space, not in two-dimensional space. We use these guns, not a very nice word, I guess, with these tiny magnets, and the idea is to show that this is like a photon. So when we fire the gun is like a photon, so the photon is made up of light, and so the students get the idea of how light in particles works. This is a very common material to use, which is this what they call a space-time simulator. So this is a lot of plastic, and in the middle there is a weight. So the weight causes curvature on the surface, and when you place two cars side by side, they don't run parallel. They follow the curve space-time. So this is a concept that we want students to understand about the universe. Another picture here with this curved space-time simulator. And you see these students at they'll be 10 years of age, I guess. So they're not, they're very inquisitive. Here's another one, students learning about momentum. So again, they use these guns, which have got these little magnetic pieces that come out of it, and the idea here is to hit a balloon, and the balloon has got momentum, so it moves back and forth, so you can actually see what's happening with with the balloon. So we talk a little bit about science understanding. In the Australian curriculum, this is Year 3 Chemical Science. And the main point is to introduce a change of state between solid and liquid, and it can be caused by adding or removing heat. So very basic understanding, but in the Year 3 curriculum, there's no mention of atoms and molecules. However, the way the curriculum stated, it says you can provide elaborations that introduce atoms and molecules. So what we've done, we've taken those elaborations, and with Year 3 students, we've talked about learning modern science. So there are seven key concepts that we introduced at Year 3. The students are about 8 or 9 years of age. Atoms, molecules, electrons, protons, neutrons, photons, and phonons. And we engage students in concrete activities first using Lego, plasticine. We have snap atoms. These are atoms that you put together to form a molecule, and let the ideas and concepts emerge naturally. We use role plays, models and analogies, and digital resources. Students have got access to internet, etc. And the idea is that students develop an intuitive idea about the meaning of these key words and concepts. If I look at a little bit of results, so Year 3, this hot stuff, you can see there were, these are student numbers, and we got the pre-test and post-test, and as it said on the right, in response to what do you describe what you know what an atom is, students could give a reasonable answer. So I'm coming to a close here. In the context of a major curriculum development project called Einstein First, I've attempted to show what we know about primary school students' capability of learning scientific concepts, and we know that they can learn these scientific concepts, and how we put these ideas into practice. I don't have any data here, but I can tell you that the teachers who are involved in this project and the students are very enthusiastic about what they're learning. I'd like to thank my Einstein First colleagues, whom you first saw on one of the slides. I'd like to thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Professor. Please give a round of applause for this wonderful presentation. Thank you so much for enlightening us. The presentation you have presented about the limitations of what science concepts are taught in primary schools, especially in the concept of physics education in Australia, and you have presented the concept of ionistic and Newtonic physics. The way you have briefly described it with the use of different activities for learning process in class and the outside class, and the challenges you have faced during the different stages, especially the stage theory and the models you have used. So it was a really wonderful presentation, and now I will open the stage for the questions. So if anyone has any question, so from the offline, so you could ask. And if someone wanted to ask any question online, so they could also write in the chat box.
Yeah, okay.
Or they can raise the hand.
Yes. Yeah, okay. Hello.
Yeah. Thank you, Professor. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So now we are moving towards our second speaker, Professor Dr. Sri Marmara. Thank you, Professor,
Yes.
for joining. Thank you so much. So I will ask again to give a round of applause to the professor again.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Professor. So
thank you.
We will move towards our next speaker, Dr. Sri Marmara. She is Associate Professor at Sebelas Maret University, Surakarta, and she will be present here offline with us. So we are very glad to have you here on the stage. So her research mostly focuses on the primary education management, and she has been working in ONS for last 2 decades, and she has been doing research on educational development, pedagogical research, and she had made significant contributions in the educational research, and her dedication has earned recognition within the academic community. So I would like to welcome her, and I would like to ask you all to applaud her before we are going to start her presentation.
Very good.
So the stage is yours, ma'am.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. One more. Good morning. Okay, thank you. The first time I want to say Alhamdulillah, because today we can combine in here the ICLIQE conference. Honorable the Vice of Rector, Professor Dr. Fitria Rahmawati, Master Science. The First of Dean, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Dr. Faith Norma Yunita, Master Science. the chairman of ICLIQE conference, Dr. Idam Rahel Widianto Atmojo, Master Science. The keynote speaker, the first Prof. David Epregus from Curtin University. Good morning, Prof. David. Still in there? Yeah.
Good morning.
Okay. Good morning. How are you, Prof. David?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Nice to meet you at the ICLIQE event, even though in still online. Prof. David Epregus is my supervisor. I have a joint supervisor in Curtin University of Australia. Thank you for your coming, Prof. David. The next speaker, Prof. Aslan bin Kamari from University Pendidikan Sultan Idris, UPSI Malaysia. Profesor Dedi Kuswandi, Universitas Negeri Malang. All of the committee and participant of ICLIQE conference, and my moderator, Mr. Wazir Ali. Thank you. The first time, allow me to say hello with my pantun, because the Vice of Rector given pantun too. Take a walk to Banda Aceh. Don't forget to buy duku. Let me introduce myself. I am Mrs. Marmoa. Nice to meet you. Okay, today we can discuss about educational system in various countries and 5 continents, Asia, Europe, Australia, America, and Asia, Africa. We have discussed about 5 continents. Can I use it? This is my slogan from Herbert Spencer. The great aim of education is not knowledge, but education. But action. Do you agree with the slogan? Yes, okay, thank you. What is educational system? We know education is the most important aspect in life to improve reliable human resources. Meanwhile, the design of a good education system determines the quality of education itself. So the education system that applies in each country is usually influenced by cultural differences that exist from this country, as is the case of Indonesia and other countries in the world too. So the concept of education system is the pattern of organization of education profession approach, usually at country or nation level, the most important level where formal education is regulated. From primary school, junior school, senior high school to university, the system is designed to guide students through various stages of learning, equipping them with the knowledge and skill needed the personal and professional success. So the education system is the backbone of any society, encompassing the all institutions, policies, and practices that deliver formal education to individual. They are the key components of educational system. The first institution based on school, college, and universities, and the cycle spaces where learning takes place. Curriculum development. A well-structured curriculum is at the heart of the education system. It outlines the subject and topics students must learn, ensuring that they gain a comprehensive education. Curricula are often updated to reflect new knowledge, societal needs, and technological advances. The third, teaching methods. We know adaptive teaching strategies are essential for student access. Educator, as a teacher or lecturer, use a variety of methods to engage students and foster deep understanding. The fourth, assessment practices. Assessment practices such as action and project measure student progress and understanding. They help the educator identify areas where students may need additional support and ensure the learning objectives are being met. And the last, educational policies. Educational policies, these are the rule and regulation that how education is delivered. Policies address everything from curriculum standard to teacher qualification, ensuring consistency and quality across the education system. This is two articles I have downloaded from Scopus. The first article, the title, Research on the Application of Management Decision Prediction Based on Machine Learning in Education System. And the second about educational management. In here, the result of research, educational management is effectively and efficiently create and maintain environment within educational institutions to promote support and sustain effective teaching and learning in the school or in the institution. Next slide, so the same too. I have downloaded from Scopus too, about educational management, monitoring and evaluation, and the second, the effect of educational management on quality education in rural and urban primary school in Ghana. Based on the article, we can conclude that educational management has a positive effect and quality education and urban and rural school in Ghana and the others. This is the top best education system in the world. Have you ever considered why some countries are academic powerhouses? The recipe for success often includes high graduate employability, substantial international student enrollment, and world-class primary and secondary education. According to a recent education ranking by US News, which surveyed 17,000 individuals globally, here are some of the top countries for education. These countries were evaluated based on the quality of their public education system, the likelihood of people attending universities there, and the presence of top 10 universities. United States, USA. The second from UK, United Kingdom. The third, Germany. The fourth, Canada. The fifth, France. The sixth, Japan. The 7th Switzerland, the G8 Australia, the 9th Sweden, and the last, the 10th of Denmark. The data is 2024 data. This is one of example, the education in Asia, Malaysia. I think all of you know about Malaysia, near from here. Educational goals from Malaysia create a Malaysian nation that loyal, united, faithful, of noble character, knowledgeable, skill, prospect, provides human resources, fund the nation program, and offer educational opportunities to all citizens. Educational structure start from formal education in Malaysia, start from preschool, lower education in Indonesia, elementary school, 6 to 11 years old, secondary education based on 3 years of junior high school and 4 years of senior high school, pre-secondary education, and the last higher education on university. About the curriculum in Malaysia is designed by the Malaysian Minister of Education, MOE, and aim to form a generation that is competent, resilient, and has the character of the Malaysian nation. In bahasa Melayu, kurikulum standar sekolah rendah for lower education and kurikulum standar sekolah menengah for secondary education. This article, the title of the Malaysia curriculum in primary and lower secondary school. We can look in bahasa Melayu in there. Insan seimbang, pemikiran kritis dan kreatif, ya, inovatif. So in here, kerangka kurikulum standar sekolah rendah, the example. The second Asian continent from Japan. Educational goal from Japan, they aim to regulated in the basic education law 1947 to fully develop the personality of each individual, both psychically and mentally, who love, trust, and justice, respect the personal values of others, values work, has a sense of responsibility with a spirit independent as a founder of a peaceful nation and society. In the Japan, there are 4 educational structures, start from elementary school, Sogako, 6 to 12 years old, and Sugako, like junior high school, 12 to 15 years old, and then Kautogako, senior high school, and the 4th, higher education, Daigaku, like university, junior college, and technical college. The curriculum in Japan prepared by the Minister of Education, and the Japanese government update the curriculum every 10 years, and each school is given the freedom to design its own curriculum. Although a central government has full control over nation curriculum policies. This is the characteristic of education in Japan. Based on the slide. About quality education for all in Japan. They are divided by three: elementary and junior high school, compulsory education, rate of advance to high school, and then the last the full rate of high school student. About characteristic in education in Japan, and this is a competence for living, solid academic ability, richness in mind, healthy body, solid academic ability, and the competence to solidly from the basics. So about in rich in mind, self-discipline, cooperation with others, kindness to others, ability to be moved. And about healthy body, health and cycle fitness, he live on activity. This is from Australia continent. The education goals from Australia, there are two objectives in the Melbourne Declaration, namely developing equality and excellence in young Australia and making all young Australians successful, confident and creative learner and active and inspiring citizen. About educational structure, primary school, if I have go there in the kindergarten too before primary school. After primary school, have secondary or high school, and then vocational education and training university. So the most school use curriculum developed by the government, agent the Commonwealth of the state and territory government. So in Australia, the curriculum of Australia depend on the territory or district. So the local government can develop to the design of curriculum. This is the foundation to year 10 Australian curriculum. Curriculum content and achievement standard in each subject, flexibility for teachers to personalize student learning and respond to student needs and interests. And then the 8 key learning areas, English, mathematics, science, humanities and social science, health and cycle education, languages, technologies and the arts. So the 7 general capabilities, literacy, numeracy, digital literacy, critical and creative thinking, personal and social capability, intercultural understanding, and ethical understanding. And then 3 cross-curriculum priorities, sustainability, Asia and Australia engagement with Asia, and Aborigine and Torres Strait Islander histories and culture. This is in the box. There are conclusion about 3 cross curriculum priorities, 8 learning areas, and 7 general capabilities. This is the USA. So educational goals in USA, there are 5 points. To achieve unity and diversity, democratic ideal and practices, to assist individual development, to improve the social condition of society, to accelerate national progress. So in the educational structure of United States, from kindergarten to fifth grades, but sometimes also grade up the fourth grade, sixth grade or eighth grades, depending on the curriculum system in the school district. So the USA curriculum start from formal and informal curriculum, hidden curriculum, zero curriculum, cycle, distance as curriculum. So I think like in Indonesia, start from kindergarten, primary school, secondary school, and universities. Yeah, this is the US education system. I have downloaded from the article, the global curriculum, understanding, teaching, and learning in the United States, Taiwan, India, and Mexico. This is just compare between education system in USA, Taiwan, India, and Mexico. So US education system that in other countries is concept of three main stages: primary education. There are kindergarten, elementary, secondary education, middle school, and high school, and further education, tertiary of higher education. In Europe, I choose the Finland because in Finland is the good quality of education. The educational goals and the main goal of Finnish education system is to realize high level education for all. So educational structure, and here divided by 5. Preschool education for age 0 to 5, which is optional. The second, early childhood education. The third, basic education for children aged 7 to 16 years. And the fourth, senior high school education. And then the last, higher education like university. So about the curriculum in Finland, very flexible and also project-based. Students are encouraged to discover their own interests and talent and develop critical and creative skill. This is education system in Finland. On the right, there are several subjects, multidisciplinary learning modules divided by thinking and learning to learn, cultural competence, interaction, and self-expression, taking care of oneself and managing daily life, multiliteracy, ICT competence, working life competence and entrepreneurship, and participation, improvement, and building a sustainable future. This is the article. Finnish teacher participation in local curriculum development study, a study of processes in 5 school contexts, and the curriculum design process interactive and inclusive. This is I like the picture. Yeah, do you know where is it? In the orange color. Did you ever go there? Yeah, this is the name of Marrakesh city. Marrakesh is nice city, nice places, and nice education too. All of the building in here, the color is orange. Yeah, I have put this in there. Okay, in Morocco, the Morocco's education goals are centered around improving the sector performance. So there are divided by 4 educational structures, start from primary, kindergarten, and Quranic school, because in the Morocco, 91% are Muslim in there. 99% are Muslim in there. So the second primary start 6 to 10 years old, and then secondary education, lower secondary school 3 years, and upper secondary school 3 years. So in the secondary education, divided by 6 years, and then the last tertiary level or university. The curriculum in Morocco has been designed to foster interdisciplinary learning and critical thinking about real-world problem with an emphasis on digital literacy. This is one of article, enhancing learning management in Moroccan education, challenges, opportunities, and recommendation. And the second, Morocco implements a new strategy to fight against school dropouts. And then the last about Indonesia. I think all of you know about Indonesia, yeah, because in here Indonesian student too. Education goal, realizing meaningful and effective learning and increasing part, devotion to God, amity, and noble moral, as well as developing the creativity, feeling, and will of student as lifelong learner with Pancasila character. And today we know about profil pelajar Pancasila. Curriculum from Kemdikbudristek use Merdeka curriculum. They have three main learning, intracurricular learning, and all of the subject. And the second co-curricular. Co-curricular is project penguatan profil pelajar Pancasila or P5 and the extracurricular. So the structure of educational, early childhood education or kindergarten, primary education, grades 1 to 6, and then the grades secondary education. Sorry, I mean primary education grades 1 to 6, and then in the junior high school grade 7 to 9, and then secondary education grade 10 to 11. So in here start from the kindergarten, elementary school, junior high school, senior high school, and then higher education and university. Yeah, this is curriculum Indonesia, Merdeka curriculum, as there's profil pelajar Pancasila. They have 6 dimension, yeah. Beriman, bertakwa, berpindah global, gotong royong, kreatif, bernalar kritis, and mandiri. So from the profil pelajar Pancasila, divided by 3, foundational literacies, competencies, and character qualities. Based on foundational character literacy, divided by 6, literacy, numeracy, scientific literacy, ICT literacy, financial literacy, and cultural and civic literacy. About the competence, critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, communication, and collaboration. And character qualities, curiosity, initiative, persistent grades, adaptability, leadership, social and cultural awareness. Based on the foundational literacies, competencies, and character qualities, they are hopefully the student have 21st century skill, like the student can communication, collaboration, creative thinking, critical thinking, and creativity. This is just the sources from curriculum Merdeka. Before conclusion, I want to I cannot back to the slide. It's okay. Explanatory aspect for education in Indonesia in curriculum from Malaysia. Structured curriculum with a focus on 21st century skill. From Japan, in-depth learning and character development. And Australia, a curriculum that develop practical and academic skill. The United States provides a varied curriculum with a focus on critical and creative skill. No, people, one more? Yeah, this one. And then Finland, a flexible curriculum that focus on fun and relevant learning. And from Morocco, interdisciplinary learning, critical thinking, digital literacy, gender equality, cultural diversity, environmental study, and global citizenship. So based on the discuss today, I want to conclude that the first, the strongest approach to Merdeka curriculum can adopt strength from various international curricula. From Malaysia, clear structure to ensure the integration 21st century skills. From Japan, in-depth learning and character development. From Australia, a balance of practical and academic skill through contextual and applied learning. From the United States, balance and focus on critical and creative thinking skill, variety teaching and assessment methods. And then from Finland, flexibility and engaging learning, reducing administrative burden and giving teachers more freedom. And then the last from Morocco, global issues and digital literacy. Okay, allow me to close the presentation by pantun. Pergi jauh ke Sumatera Selatan. Jangan lupa beli keripik Palembang. Terima kasih saya sampaikan. Jangan lupa bergabung di ICLIQE yang akan datang. Thank you, the moderator. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Professor, for this wonderful presentation. Please give a round of applause to our second presenter who has presented this wonderful presentation. As she has compared different educational systems in different countries, specifically she started from Malaysia to Japan, Australia, USA, Finland, Morocco, and then she concluded at Indonesia. So it was a wonderful presentation about educational systems in various countries, and she talked about education system, educational management, curriculum, policies, teacher education and quality of education, and similarities and differences. So thank you so much. So please give a round of applause to Professor Dr. Sri Marmara. And now we will open the session for questions. If anyone like to ask any question to Dr. Sri Marmara or Professor David, so the floor is open. If anyone from online or offline, anyone has any questions, so you could ask.
I'll ask a question.
Yeah, we are going to take first question offline, then we will come to the online.
Okay.
Okay, good morning everybody here, the audience and also the presenter, Prof. Allow me to ask a question. My name Yoke Surya Dharma, I'm coming from Ponorogo, Universitas Darussalam Gontor, Ponorogo. Please allow me to ask you a question. Based on your analysis, Prof, would you tell us what is the real main difference about the educational system between Indonesia and Japan? As we know that like there are so many difference gap education, especially in Indonesia. Why I say like this? Because there are so many change in Indonesian curriculum. Yeah. Before curriculum Merdeka, we know there was K13, right? And before K13, there was KTSP and so on, so on. So, would you like, based on your analysis just now, would you like to give us your perspective why the curriculum in Indonesia be like this, and how to make some breakthrough to have a good or a great curriculum ever that which cannot be changed again. Thanks very much, Prof. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you. Thank you for your question. Doctor?
Surya Dharma. My name is Surya Dharma. Yes.
Thank you.
What his name? I'm sorry.
Your name, please.
From Universitas Darussalam Ponorogo, ya.
Gontor.
Okay.
Ponorogo.
Oh, Gontor, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So who is his name?
My name Yoke Surya Dharma.
Surya Dharma.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mas ya, manggilnya ya, Mas Surya. Okay. Easy question but difficult to answer for me. Yeah. Based on my experience, I have 1 month, and after that just 1 week maybe. 2003, 11 years ago. 21 years ago. I have 1 month in Japan, and then I moved the first from stay 1 week in Tokyo, the second in Nagoya, and the third in Narita, and the last in the Yamagata. And I have nice experience in Yamagata. I have 1 week, and then I live with my homestay. So my English not good, and then my homestay, his husband, my homestay husband is a good English, but his wife just like for me, not my English not good, yeah. The second about what the differences between Indonesia, the curriculum, yeah, Indonesia and Japan, yeah, and then I have discussed, or I have so in the PowerPoint, yeah, the curriculum in Japan divided by elementary school, yeah, Sugako, Kotagako, Daigaku. So yeah, I think the same, and the education structure like say in Indonesia, but the curriculum in Japan preferred by the curriculum planning section and the Ministry of Education. I think the same in Ministry of Education Indonesia. So the Japanese government updates the curriculum every 10 years. Jadi so Mas Surya tadi told me a new government, new Ministry of Education, new curriculum. I hope this new cabinet still curriculum, ya, curriculum Merdeka. It's okay. Based on my experience, I think the curriculum the same, yeah, but in Japan focus in the character, in the moral value, yeah. Based on my experience, I have observed in the primary and secondary school. For example, in the primary, in the class, they have 2 teachers. One teacher just teaching, focus in teaching, and one teacher manage the student, prefer like something to teaching and learning. And then difference in here, and there, the teachers given subject in the morning until the middle day. just in the middle day, all of the students have lunch, yeah, free from government. They have two free from government in the morning, like snack, about 10 a.m. and the middle day lunch. But in there, all of the students self, yeah, self prepare of the lunch. Yeah. So tidak ada pelayanan. In Japan, no, what in English, penjaga sekolah ya, tidak ada. Jadi the student take care their cleaning in the classroom, yeah, keep the everything, yeah. So after that, after the lunch, all of them go to the different room. If the student interest in the arts, come to the arts room. The student interest in the technology, robots, and join in the robotic, in the art, sport or dancing or singing or music, everything. So in there, the facilities in the district, in the big city, or the capital city, in the same, like maybe about 1 hectare maybe. So the classes, the standard classes. So in the Yamagata, if I have observed, just 12 students, the first grade until the 6th grade. But the facilities the same. All of the Japanese area, the same facilities. So about the curriculum, in my mind, yeah, focus in the moral. And the moral and the value of life, yeah. Do you know harakiri? Harakiri, yeah. When I have international conference in Fukuoka University, 2018, 6 years ago, I have from Fukuoka, the team will go to the Tokyo. So the train stopped about 30 minutes. And then we asked about the stop of train, why? He told me accident about harakiri. Why? Yeah. Moral value of life. Jadi kalau kita sudah malu, nggak ada harganya, itu harakiri. Difference in here. Yeah. So the conclusion, the differences between the curriculum Indonesia and Japan, I think, yeah, some of subject the same, but in there, still in the practice, yeah, in the practices, the theory in the morning and then the middle day. After that practices, based on the interest of the student, the patient, and then the second, based on the independence, yeah, mandirian, independent self. They'll be mandiri, take care their self, like use within the kindergarten until the primary. I look in their independent self more than better. So the Japanese government, yeah, I think to design the our curriculum, yeah, the central government has full control national curriculum policies. Who is the president? Who is the new Ministry of Education? The same curriculum. Why? Because this is the curriculum planning section in the Ministry of Education, but in here, like you told me, new government, new ministry, new curriculum. But in Japan, difference, yeah. Okay, thank you. I hope you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Surya, I think you have got the answer. So there is one question from our online participants, and this question is for Professor David. So if you are with us, Professor, so I would like to read the question for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, there is someone Tri Vardati from SMKN, and she would like to ask that what do you say about the education system of Indonesia right now? What is good and what is not good, and what improvement should be made for us as vocational school teachers? So she has asked about
I think this question is better answered by Professor Mamoa. I don't know enough about the Indonesian education system.
yeah, but she has addressed you for this question.
Well, I don't know enough about the education system to make any sensible comment, to be honest.
If you could answer. Okay, Professor. She is going to answer.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. From?
She's from Devi Vardati. Online participant. She has asked a question. She is a vocational high school teacher.
Okay, thank you for your question. Based on my experience, the positive of curriculum Merdeka today the new curriculum is curriculum Merdeka, independent curriculum. As my experience to analyze about curriculum Merdeka, the curriculum Merdeka likes the implementation in the school. They have divided by 3 learning: the first and the intra-curricular learning, the second co-curricular learning, and the third extracurricular learning. The positive of the curriculum Merdeka, I think the teaching learning process must student-centered learning. I think different people the other curriculum. And the second, the teacher, the educator, use some of new methods, case study kasus, project, and the project, I think difference in the project penguatan profil pelajar Pancasila P5 and the intracurricular curriculum. So about the education system Indonesia, and today the curriculum use Merdeka Belajar, I think more than applicative and to implement like the and the two applicative and implement curriculum Merdeka, it is more than better people the curriculum 2013. Why? Because the first the module ajar from the Ministry of Education has file, or the teachers, the student can download it from the link of Camp Merdeka Belajar. And the second the sources of teaching learning use some of PMM, platform Merdeka Belajar, and there like ebook, module ajar, and the others. So based on the teaching learning process, the student hopes like the profil pelajar Pancasila, they have 6 dimension: beriman, bertakwa, bernuansa, berakhlak mulia, berkebinekaan global, bergotong royong, mandiri, and kreatif, and then bernalar kritis, and the student can make like communication, collaboration, So the student and today the education system in Indonesia, I think more than better before. Yeah, why? Because some of reason. The first, based on my experience, and I have observed and researched in the some of school. Yeah. I mean practice and theories, yeah, theorities, which the teacher implement in the class or in the school, maybe 50%. Yeah. So the Indonesian curriculum, I think, releasing meaningful and effective learning and increasing to the student go to the profil pelajar Pancasila and the curriculum Merdeka. And then what the maybe in the law of educational system, yeah, maybe I think the regulation is good, yeah, because maybe the implementation, the practice in the file in the school, I hope all of the teacher, the principal school must change, yeah, change their mindset, change their positive, change the creative and creativity to especially in the teacher, yeah. Today many sources bagi platform Merdeka Belajar in the online, in the medsos, many sources. Please use it, yeah. And then based on government, yeah, about the education system, I think is good, yeah, but the practices, yeah, start on the local, the district of, and the local government, yeah, stakeholder, teachers and principal, please change the like habits, yeah. Because the new curriculum needs bergerak dan bergerak, because today ada sekolah penggerak, ada guru penggerak, ya, modern bergerak, move, ya, move itu positif, ya. Based on the sekolah penggerak, like use digitalisasi, ya, digital like digital, ya, use in the teaching community like use technology, yeah, and then focus on the develop of character student and the others. So I think the education system in Indonesia, I think is good, but depend on the practices and the files, yeah, needs collaboration, coordination with the stakeholder, local government, the teacher and the principal too, and parents too, and the committee, a school committee, to together make a good teaching learning process to developing the quality of education. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor, for the brief answer. So we will move to our online participants, and there is someone, August Rianto, who would like to ask a question. So August, please ask your question. Please unmute him. August Rianto.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, please ask your question.
Thank you. I will ask question for Professor David from Upland. Let me introduce myself. My name is Agus Rianto from the ONS Primary School Teacher Education Master Program. I thank you for the opportunity given to ask question, and I will appreciate the extraordinary presentation from Professor David. Extraordinary, the presentation. Prof, the things presented in this practice are actually simple and can be adopted for use by teacher in all parts of the world in Indonesian. However, sometimes many people, the teacher, limit themselves to their shortcoming, so that the simple thing is missed, and learning becomes less than optimal. Uh, from your presentation, uh, practice are actually simple and can be adopted. All teacher can adopt it for practice in the classroom. However, sometimes many people and the teacher limit themselves to their shortcomings, so that the simple thing is missed and learning becomes less than optimal. Now, the one of school principal function. I am a headmaster in elementary school. My function is a teacher's planning and learning partners. Headmasters is partners. My question: how can we as school principals make teachers aware of being more creative and innovative in planning and implementing learning in the classroom? Thank you.
This question is to me or to Sri?
One. How can we as school principal make teachers aware of being more creative and innovative in planning and implementing learning in the classroom? Thank you.
I mean, I don't work in schools, and you do, and I think one thing I gather from what you've just said now is that if the school principal has the big picture of everyone learning, the teachers learning and the students learning, and you have confidence in your teachers, you can ask your teachers to do what they think they should be doing within the curriculum, and also maybe taking ideas from the environment and not actually restricting themselves. So I think the boundaries are there from the curriculum, and also the encouragement is there from the school principal. So that's my take on what you're asking. I don't really, I say work with school principals and teachers, but I think school principal has a very important role in any school. And I can tell you in Perth, we have seen, I mean, it's well documented, that when a new principal comes to a certain school that's not doing well, within a few years, the school's doing wonderfully well. So the school principal plays an enormous role in effective teaching and learning.
Okay. Any teacher in my school, and has learning in the classroom, very no creative and innovative.
Right.
How we principal, I as partners of teacher, make the teacher aware of being more creative and innovative.
Well, one issue is having classroom courses for the teachers, so teachers become more aware of what they can do. I mean, teachers are very busy, and to have additional information is always helpful. But how do they get this information? Maybe if you have connections with a university can come in and give some classes to the teachers, and not for a formal course, but just to give ideas.
Okay.
So I don't have any great ideas, but I like your ideas of what you're talking about. One of the things, and this fits in with Professor Mamua's presentation. In Australia, as part of the curriculum, a documented part of the curriculum is the teachers should enhance creative thinking in the students.
Yes.
So myself and a couple of colleagues did a study, and we asked teachers, how do you teach creative thinking, and when do you teach creative thinking? And the bottom line was, we really don't know what to do, because the curriculum document says you should do it, but doesn't tell us how. So this fits in with your question. The teachers need to be given advice how. And that maybe comes from you as a school principal.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you
Okay.
so much, Professor. Here we are going to end this session because our time was limited. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I would like to ask everyone to please give a round of applause to Professor David and Dr. Sri Marmara for their wonderful contributions and their presentations. And thank you everyone for being here and online and offline. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you have any further questions, so you could put in the chat box. So through the email you will be answered. Thank you. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you for Mr. Wazir Ali to being the moderator for the first session of the plenary lecture. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now continue the second session of the plenary lecture with Professor Dedi Kuswandi and Professor Azlan bin Kamari. I would like to introduce you to our moderator. She graduated from Universitas Sebelas Maret in 2007 and majored in linguistics. She has more than 10 years experience of teaching as a lecturer in the early childhood education department. And ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Miss Ruli Hafiza.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Honorable of the Rector and the Vice Rector of Universitas Sebelas Maret, and then the Honorable of the Dean and the Vice Dean of Sebelas Maret University, and then the Honorable of the speaker in this seminar, and the position of the speaker of the second session is on the Zoom. There are Prof. Azlan Kamari from University Pendidikan Sultan Idris, Malaysia, and the second speaker is Prof. Dedi Kuswandi from State University of Malang, and the Honorable of the Headmaster of the Primary Education Program of Teacher Training and Education Faculty of Sebelas Maret University, and then the Honorable of the Chairman and all committee of this seminar, and the last, the Honorable of the participant on the Zoom and also in the ballroom of UNS Tower. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the second session of the 8th International Conference on Learning Innovation and Quality Education of ICLIQE 2024 with the theme Digital Technology, Innovation, Sustainably Development in Education, held by a Primary Education Program of Teacher Training and Education Faculty of Sebelas Maret University. Okay, first of all, let us say thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Because of His blessing, now we are here in a second session of this seminar. And the second, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ruli Hafida as moderator for this session. Okay, as we know, the purpose of the ICLIQE 2024 is a forum to accommodate researchers, academics, educators, and education staff, consultants, government, and other stakeholders to prepare perspective related to the educational trend seen from the perspective of Society 5.0 era, which includes the fields of science and technology education, social and humanities, management education, basic education, special education, early childhood education, guidance and counseling, curriculum, and educational evaluation and innovation. Okay, therefore, in this session, we will present two speakers who will talk much about this topic. And on the Zoom, there are Prof. Azlan bin Kamari from University Pendidikan Sultan Idris, Malaysia. Assalamualaikum, Prof. Azlan. Hello, can you hear me?
Waalaikumsalam.
Yeah. How are you today, Prof?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Prof. Azlan, for your participation in our seminar. And then my second speaker is Professor Dr. Dedi Kuswandi, MPD, from Department of Educational Technology, Faculty of Education, State University of Malang. Assalamualaikum, Prof. Dedi.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
How are you today, Prof?
Alhamdulillah, very well too. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof, for your participation in our seminar. And then before we listen to the presentation of both speakers, I would like to give a short biography of them. The first is from Prof. Azlan Kamari. He started his career as an academician at the Department of Chemistry, Faculty of Science and Mathematics, University Pendidikan Sultan Idris in 2004. And then he served as the tutor 2004 up to 2005, lecturer 2005 up to 2011, senior lecturer 2011 up to 2014, and then associate professor 2014 up to 2020, and the last is professor 2020 up to now. He obtained his bachelor's and master degrees in the analytical chemistry from University Science Malaysia or USM, and then while receiving his PhD from the University of Glasgow, Scotland, United Kingdom. And then Prof. Azlan is registered chemist with the Malaysian Institute of Chemistry and Royal Society of Chemistry, United Kingdom. He also has experience in holding several administrative positions at UPSI, including head of the chemistry department 2011 up to 2012, coordinator of the academic and quality development division 2016-2018, deputy director of the quality management division 2018 up to 2020, and currently he is as a deputy dean academic development and graduation at the Institute of Graduate Studies or IGS since 2020. And then the next biography is from Prof. Dedi Kuswadi, PhD, MPD, sorry. He is from Department of Educational Technology, Faculty of Education, State University of Malang. And then he was born in Cirebon on January 8, 1964. And then his current position as the chair of the GPH Journal at the postgraduate school at the State University of Malang. Start from 2013 up to now. And then for his educational background, his undergraduate degree is from the Curriculum and Educational Technology Program, IKI Bandung. And then his master degree is from the Curriculum Development Program at IKI Bandung also. And then his doctoral degree is from the Learning Technology Program at the University of Malang. And then his postdoctoral degree is from the Education College Program at Newcastle University and SW, Australia. And then actually there are a lot of articles written by Prof. Dedi and then published in the Scopus, for example, a meta-analysis of selected studies on the effectiveness of gamification method for children published in 2022. And then he also conducted a lot of research, such as his last research on 2020 with the title Developing as Effective Lesson Study Framework to Promote Teaching Quality of EFL Pre-Service Teachers. Okay, now we will listen the presentation of the both speaker. The first is Prof. Azlan Kamari for around 40 minutes, Prof. And then with the title, The Effective Academic Advising Post-COVID-19 Scenario. Prof. Azlan, are you ready, Prof?
Yes, let me share my slide.
Okay, time is yours, Prof. Azlan.
Okay, can you see my slide?
Yes, we can see your slide, Prof. It's okay.
All right, okay. All right, okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Ibu Ruli Hafida, for the kind introduction. Distinguished keynote speakers, honorable professors, academic staff, researchers, students, ladies and gentlemen, participants of International Conference on Learning and Quality Education, ICLIQE 2024. Good morning, selamat pagi. First of all, I would like to thank the organizing committee for inviting me to deliver a keynote talk for ICLIQE 2024. It's actually, I feel very, very honored to be here with all of you today. But before I start my presentation, okay, because earlier this morning, Vice Rector and Prof. Sri Marwa sudah baca pantun kan, serangkap pantun, okay. So saya tidak mau kalah, okay. I would like to cite serangkap pantun, okay. Mengail ikan di tepi paya,
Cakep.
singgah dulu di hujung titi.
Cakep.
Berbanyak-banyak terima kasih sudi mengundang saya. Saya hadir di sini dengan senang hati.
Give applause to
Alright.
Prof. Azlan. Thank you, Prof.
Right. Okay. So I hope the pantun is okay with all of you. Okay. Salam perkenalan from me. Okay. So without further ado, let me start with my presentation. So my presentation today is entitled Effective Academic Advising Post-COVID-19 Scenario. Okay. Thanks for having me today. I'm from Faculty of Science and Mathematics. I am also from Institute of Graduate Studies, University Pendidikan Serta Idris. And this is my outline of my presentation. Okay, I'll start with a quick throwback on the impact of COVID-19 on students, academic staff, as well as higher education institutions. And then the second part of my presentation would be on what are the challenges, okay, particularly on academic advising, student satisfaction, as well as student performance. And last but not least would be on concluding remarks. Okay, I'll start with a quick throwback on COVID-19 pandemic, the impacts on students, academic staff, and higher education institutions, okay. So we're back in 2020, 2021, and 2022, okay. We have seen issues related to students' mental health, okay. For example, this has been published in our local newspaper entitled Pandemic Hurting University Students' Mental Health. And then I think it's also happened in your country as well, okay. This is a report published in one local newspaper in Japan, the Asahi Shimbun. Pandemic service finds students in college cut off, alone, depressed. Okay, and then moving on to a paper cutting from Switzerland. COVID takes its toll on mental health of students. Okay, not only students, okay, we as an academic staff also impacted with this COVID-19 pandemic, okay, mental health among UK university staff and postgraduate students in the early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic, okay. And then it also reported in the USA regarding analyzing college professors, stress amid the COVID-19 pandemic, okay, it's all related to, you know, the stress, received by academic staff. Okay, there's an article entitled I Fell Out of My Depth, University Lecturers in England on the Impact of the Pandemic. Okay, they talk about the increase of, you know, hours working at home during during WCO, okay, Movement Control Order, MCO. And then it's not only impacted to the students, okay, the academic staff, okay, but not to forget, it also impacted to the universities, the higher education institutions, okay. So most focusedly on the financial issues, okay. So this is because the number of students, the number of enrollment of students reduced, declined significantly, okay. As you can see here, this is reported in University World News. Okay, private universities at risk as foreign students stay away. Okay, due to pandemic COVID. Okay, this is an issue also. Okay, in Indonesia, private universities in crisis as pandemic hits enrollment. Okay, so I summarize, okay, the impacts of COVID, okay, to university students. Okay, in short, students learning affected, okay, motivational, emotional, psychological issues, graduation delayed, internship cancelled, lost job opportunities, okay. And how about us, the university's lecturers, okay? The teaching and learning, the TNL activities affected, okay? And then we shifted from from traditional physical to hybrid and blended to online learning, okay? And then we did revise, okay? I am sure, okay? We have revised our program educational outcome, the PAO, the program learning outcome, PLO, as well as the course learning outcome, the CLO, okay? And then we've been innovative in, creating the rubric for our assessment, okay, our evaluation, as well as the examination, okay? As for university management, okay, they face issues such as the students' intake decline significantly, okay, the GOT decline, the QA and QC of overall academic programs affected, okay. The IT facilities in the universities has to be upgraded, okay. The support system has to be enhanced, as well as the financial challenges, okay. So from this COVID-19 pandemic, okay, the higher education institutions have reformed, okay, to 100%, okay, digital learning. So this is during the COVID-19, okay. And then there's one article here, okay, published in the context of Indonesia, okay, entitled "Embracing the Digidemic as a Time for Improvisation in Higher Education." Okay, it's an interesting article, okay. And then if we still can remember, okay, what happened about 3-4 years ago, okay, we shifted to 100% online TNL, okay. We use a number of platforms, okay, such as Google Meet, okay, the Zoom, Webex, okay, and then we also use Telegram, WhatsApp, okay, and of course, I am sure our universities, your universities have your learning management system, okay, and it's all has been upgraded, okay. So this is also a quick throwback, okay. This is an online session with my student, okay. And then, yeah, we teach through online, okay. We use Google Meet, Webex, and so on, okay. This is our learning management system, okay. And not to forget, okay, for science program, okay, we have practical we have practical session, okay. Normally, we conduct this lab practical physically, okay, in laboratory. But unfortunately, during the COVID-19, we did conduct through practical video, okay. So still, we can remember this, okay. And not to forget, okay, we have to supervise our student. Okay, during those days, we supervise our student through online. Okay, this is a final year project supervision. Okay, we use WhatsApp, Telegram a lot. Okay, to communicate with our student. Okay, so that was some 3-4 years ago. Okay, so how about after COVID-19? Okay, what are the challenges that we are facing now? Okay, and most focusedly, we talk about academic advising. okay, because this academic advising has significant impact on student performance, okay, and we would like to know, okay, what is the status of student satisfaction, okay. As expected, okay, this has been published in June 2020, okay, in Nature, okay, with the title of the article, Universities will never be the same after the coronavirus crisis, okay, which is absolutely true, okay. Now, this has been published, okay, quite recent, which is in on 21st of June 2023, okay, last year. Okay, with the title of Students Prefer Online Learning. Okay, I am sure this happened to your university. Okay, not only in Malaysia. Okay, in many universities in the world. Okay, students now prefer online learning. Okay, as you can see here, we have the statistic data. Okay, found that 31% of students prefer face-to-face instruction, only 31%, whereas the remaining 69% of students prefer full online, hybrid, or blended learning options. Okay, and how about academic staff? How about instructors? Okay, 55% of instructors express, okay, preference for in-person classes. Okay, the rest would be taking on fully online. Okay, so we also have some issues. Okay, for example, lack access to computers. Okay, the instability of internet access. Okay, which I think we faced that, okay, during COVID, but now, okay, this is 2023, okay, 2024, okay, the students still face the same issues, okay, but at a lower range, okay. So now, just now we talk about hybrid learning, we talk about blended learning, okay, and then I'm sure we know both the difference between these two learning strategies, okay, and now student prone, okay, to choose this kind of option, okay. But when we talk about the achievement, okay, the impacts of learning outcomes, okay, we can't deny that there are concerns, okay, among academic staff, okay, mainly the impact of these strategies, okay, the impact of these so-called, hybrid and blended, okay, on student learning outcomes. I know that, I am sure we have the strategies, okay, to map, okay, these strategies with your evaluation evaluation strategies, method and procedure, but they are still concerned on this. Okay, so it is known that academic advising can assist students to shape meaningful learning experiences, okay, and create great learning success. Okay, so now one big question is that how effective academic advising via remote online? Okay, so what is the issue now? Okay, the issue now is, as being discussed early this year, is that even though, okay, we have faced this pandemic, okay, for, I think we are now free from pandemic, okay, I would say that, okay, but it has been reported that, okay, the rate of college student, okay, the university student dropout are still high, okay, than the pre-pandemic. Okay, so it's been reported by in University World News. Okay, this year, it's happening all over the world. Okay, it's happening in my university, in University Pendidikan Sudan Idris too. Okay, which the number quite alarming. Okay, nearly like 10-15%. Okay, so we have to put strategies to keep this rate low. Okay, so what is the main issue, okay, behind this dropout? Okay, it has been reported, okay, in article journals, that the main issue behind this is lack of academic advising. Okay, so as we know that now we shifted, okay, to blended, and most of us are now doing online, okay, TNL, okay, teaching and learning. So there could be one issue, okay, that we might miss, okay, that we might missing during this COVID-19 is the academic advising. Okay, maybe we focus during that day. Okay, we much put focus on doing all this online teaching and learning, but maybe we forget on academic advising. Okay, so we perform a preliminary study on the effectiveness of online academic advising on student performance. Okay, so I would like to share with you. Okay, on our primary study. Okay, so we have drawn three research questions. The first one was, is there a relationship between online academic advising and excellence in students' performance? And number two, is there a relationship between online academic advising and students' grade point average GPA? And last but not least, is there a relationship, okay, between online academic advising and student satisfaction of the program? Okay, so we have two research objectives. Okay, the first one to determine the impacts of online academic advising on students' performance in bachelor degree programs, and the second one is to find factors that influence student satisfaction on online academic advising. Okay, so we have conducted this research, this preliminary study, okay, by using stepwise regression method, okay, which involve relationship between the CGPA, the factor online academic advising among undergraduate bachelor degree students. Okay, so we endeavored, okay, to investigate the effect of online academic advising on academic achievement of students. Okay, so we had a total number of 205 and 205 undergraduate bachelor degree students. Okay, 50 of them were pilot respondents, where another 155 were real respondents. Okay, we had also 10 academic staffs, okay, as our participants. Okay, so for instrumentation, okay, we have developed Google form, okay, by researchers, okay, where we have questionnaire, so information about the gender, year of study, okay, the programs, the academic programs, the academic performance, okay, the rate at which students consult their academic advisors, okay, and then the students' cumulative grade performance average CGPA. We use this CGPA as an index of their academic performance. Okay, and the respondents were also asked to provide other general information, okay, that assisted in the interpretation of the data. Okay, so overall, the data analysis was done by SPSS and R software. Okay, so now I'd like to share, okay, some information, okay, about the results, okay, the findings of our preliminary study. Okay, first will be on the respondent background itself. Okay, so we have students, okay, consists of 34.5% of male, 65.5% of female. Okay, and then we do have year 1, year 2, year 3, and year 4 student. Okay, many of them come from year 4 students. Okay, and then we have science and social science students. Okay, for academic staff, we have male, female. Okay, and then we have break into 10 to 15 years of experience in teaching. Okay, and we also have come from science and social science program. Okay. So now, this is the first result, okay, which is on selected frequencies on online academic advising, okay. So we did ask, okay, items such as, I know what online academic advising is, okay. Many of them, I mean, the students, they agree with this, strongly agrees with this. They know what online academic advising is. And then 55.8% of them also agree that they know what synchronous communication technology is, okay? And many of them also agree that they know, okay, communication strategy, technology can be used for online academic advising, okay? So now the second table, okay, this is focusing on academic development aspects. Okay, we actually divided into 5 aspects. So the first one is academic development aspect. As you can see here, okay, we have several items. Okay, the first one is ways to obtain scholarships. Okay, And then the academic achievement, for example, educational planning, requirements to get a degree and etc. Okay, and the third one is information on the institution's academic requirements, which is very, very important. Okay, example, the course registration procedure, the final examination, when it will take place, okay, the credit hours and etc. Okay, and then we also have items on courses selection according to concentration, fail, okay, courses to be taken every semesters and so on, okay. And we also have items on strategies of studying in the tertiary level, okay, especially this is important for year 1, SEM 1 and SEM 2 students, okay. Other academic issues, okay, for example, how to calculate their CPA and CGPA, okay, and then could be also on how to manage time, okay, their own studies, okay, and last but not least, okay, procedure of rules and regulations to adapt with academic progress, okay. So as you can see here, okay, many of them, okay, would love to talk about, you know, to seek advice on to get scholarship, okay, and also about, you know, the academic achievement to plan their study, okay, as well as, you know, get advice about, you know, how to register, okay, the course, okay, for every semester, okay. So this sounds like, you know, quite simple, okay, but remember, okay, so this is intake, okay, the enrollment during the COVID, okay, pandemic, okay. So moving on, okay, we also have construct on the personal development aspect, okay. For example, the exposure, okay, to experiences and opportunities, okay. What would they expect, okay, to get experience during their varsity days in the university, okay. Providing alternatives and problem solving, okay. Do they have developed, okay, in decision making process, okay. How about their life goals, okay, boosting awareness on individual values and behavior, okay, as well as enhancing interpersonal skills, okay. So as you can see here, okay, the result shows that 73.8%, okay, agree that, you know, this online academic advising, okay, expose them, okay, to new experience and new opportunities, okay. Now we're moving to personal well-being aspects, okay, about their lifestyle, okay, time management, financial management, as well as family issues management, okay. So now remember, this is online academic advising, okay, not like, you know, what we had before, okay. What we had before, normally we have, you know, physical, okay, face-to-face academic advising, okay, which, you know, we can advise them, okay, we can give them opinion, okay, you should, you know, manage your time like this, like that, and so on. And remember, okay, the scenario, the situation is different, okay. This is post-COVID, okay, absolutely different if you compare with those in pandemic COVID, okay, which more stressful, okay. But this time, online academic advising, okay, we should ask ourselves, okay, do we conduct this academic online advising? Okay, do you have the policy? Okay, do your university have this policy? Okay, to, you know, to advise their student through online academic advising. Okay, but in our case, in my university and many universities in Malaysia, okay, we during the COVID-19, okay, we started to amend, okay, our academic advising procedure, rules and regulation, okay. We have shifted to online academic advising, okay. So again, it's quite challenging actually, okay, to, you know, to advise, okay, to guide a student, okay. So now, as you can see here, okay, 89%, okay, of them, okay, they get benefit from this online advising session, okay, saying that, okay, uh, they get much information on lifestyle, okay, guided by their academic advisor. Okay, so how about career development aspect? Okay, 69.9%, okay, agree that, this online academic advising, okay, really help them, okay, to develop, okay, to design their career pathway, okay, and then keep them aware, okay, in career path planning, okay, and then help them get information on career orientation. Okay, and how about social skills? Okay, we have seen cases such as, many students, okay, feel alone, okay, feel lonely during COVID-19, okay, but now different, okay. We're back to, now post-COVID, okay, we have no more MCO, okay, no more movement control order, okay, but as we have seen just now, okay, students are now prone to online learning. Okay, do they connect each other with their colleagues, with their friends? Okay, um, it's actually not really. Okay, not really much. Okay, but yeah. How about their social skills? Okay, so from this survey, we found that, okay, they said, okay, these advising on online advising is really important for them, okay, to get connected with their friends, okay, so that they try to improve their social skills, their social activity skills, okay, and then perhaps, okay, by this online academic advising, okay, they will, keep in touch, okay, get in touch into extracurricular activities, okay, so that they don't miss, okay, the extracurriculum in the universities, okay. And then we did also study, okay, in terms of roles of advisor, okay. So now I would like to share with you, okay, three most importance of three most common roles of advisor. The first one is, okay, the skill, okay, to provide necessary information, okay, regarding academic matters. Okay, we ask the students, okay, do their advisor, okay, has a skill, okay, in providing necessary information. Okay, Alhamdulillah, okay, 57.3%, okay, agree. Okay, yes, okay, our advisor have skill, okay, in providing necessary information. Okay, and they also claim, okay, the students also claim that their advisor, okay, happy, okay, to hear their, to listen to their problems, okay. So their advisor has good listening and communication skills, okay. And also, okay, they claim that their advisor, okay, are, trustworthy and helpful towards students, okay. So I think that's a good finding, okay. And then moving on, okay, to roles of advising, okay. Now I'm sharing with you, okay. There are four roles of advising here, okay. As you can see here, the first one is provide accurate information, okay, on issues discussed with academic advisors, okay. 57.9% agree with that, okay. And how about appreciate time and efforts given by the academic advisors, okay. Some of us, okay, we can't deny that, sometimes we feel we have put effort, much effort, okay, to guide our students, okay, no matter, regardless, during office hours, okay, or, after office hours, okay, weekend, Saturday and Sunday, okay. Once our advisor contact us to get, maybe an urgent advice, okay, we are more than happy to give give information and advice to them, right? Okay, so now as you can see here, okay, from our study, okay, we found that, okay, 58.5% agree with the statement that they really appreciate, okay, the time, efforts, okay, given by their supervisors, Okay, and 53% also agree that contact and schedule regular appointments with advisor is semesters, okay, required, okay, when in need or when in need assistance, okay. So in our university, okay, we have developed, okay, an online system, okay, which is we call it as online academic advising system, okay, where it is clear as stated in the rules and regulation, okay, saying that at least, okay, we have to have four academic advising session, okay, with our student, okay, during the semester, okay. Of course, one is at the beginning of semester, and last will be at the end of the semester, okay. So it becomes a compulsory, okay. It's been recorded in the system, okay. And then 53%, okay, 53% agree that the roles of advisee is to clarify personal values, okay, ability, interests, and goals for academics and life, okay, right. And the ninth, okay, table will be on effects on academic advising, okay. So from our study, we found that, okay, from our preliminary study, okay, we found that, okay, 59%, okay, the students gain clear, okay, and accurate information, okay, regarding academic regulations and requirements, okay, through these online academic advising, okay, and then they feel motivated to form better in the studies, okay, and develop self-confidence, okay. Well, I personally quite, amazed with these findings, but of course this is just our preliminary study, okay. We have to work on several other construct and items, okay. Well, we thought that by this online academic advising, okay, it may not effective, okay, but well, from our survey, we found that in contrast, where online academic advising really help, really assist our student. Okay, so maybe a brief concluding remark. Okay, concluding remark for my presentation this morning is online academic advising. Okay, absolutely plays an important role in various aspects. Okay, such as academic development, okay, personal development, okay, students' personal well-being, okay, and last but not least, okay, the career development of students, okay. So if you look at positive sides, okay, there are opportunities, okay, for us, okay, especially in developing innovative module or online system, okay, to conduct online academic advising, okay, which perhaps, okay, these online or module of online academic advising, okay, could accelerate, okay, the flexible education as well as the the OBE, the outcome-based education, okay. So yes, as reported, okay, in the newspaper, okay, and also as in academic journals, okay, there is lack of academic advising, okay. So the mentor-mentee system procedure, okay, the advisory, between advisor and advising, okay, has to be strengthened, okay, has to be upgraded, okay. So yeah, there is always opportunities, okay, to make this online academic advising effective, okay. So we would like to acknowledge, okay, the Ministry of Higher Education Malaysia, okay, as well as the Ministry of Education Malaysia, okay, our university, okay, to fund this preliminary study, okay. So with that, okay, I end my presentation, okay. But before I end my presentation, okay, Bapak Ibu, okay, ladies and gentlemen, okay, I would like to end with one serangkap pantun, okay. Indah sungguh si bunga raya, okay, mekar mewangi di di taman pagi. Sekian dulu presentasi dari saya. Ada kesempatan kita berjumpa lagi. Okay, Ibu Ruli.
Yeah,
Okay, I end my presentation.
Yeah, thank you very much for Prof. Azlan for the very important and useful material. With the title is the effective academic advising post-COVID scenario. Actually, it is based on his research. And then from Prof. Azlan's presentation, I can catch the point that the COVID-19 pandemic has changed the global education system in many ways. And from teaching and learning to academic advising, most of academic activities have shifted from traditional face-to-face to remote online environment. And the application of online platforms such as Zoom, Webex, Microsoft Teams, and Google Meet in academic activities is absolutely inevitable. After 2 years of COVID-19, academic institutions are officially reopened and back to normal routine. However, higher education institutions in particular face obstacles and challenges to conduct academic activities in person as students are get used to online learning style. As a result, many higher education institutions start to implement hybrid and blended learning strategies for their students. Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Azlan, for the very interesting material. And then go to my second speaker. Okay, Prof. Dedi will talk about the trends in education, educational technology, and then, okay, Prof. Dedi, are you ready, Prof? Yes, around only 14 minutes, Prof. 40, yes, 40 minutes, yes, yes. Thank you very much. Yes,
I will
time is yours, Prof.
Thank you very much, Bu Ruli.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oke, mungkin juga ada pantun. Ada pantun yang ingin saya sampaikan.
Siap, Prof.
Bambu kecil menjadi anyaman, makan sarapan kue ketan, bertabur kelapa. Terima kasih untuk undangan dari panitia ICLIQE 8. Di hati ini terasa kehangatan.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much, Prof. Prof. Dedi.
Thank you very much.
Hari ini bertebaran pantun ya Bapak Ibu. Terusan Prof. Silahkan Prof.
Everyone, thank you very much for your attention. Good morning, good evening. On this heavy occasion, allow me to express my gratitude for the opportunity given to me to present the material that we have prepared according the request of the 8th ICLIQE Committee, WNS Indonesia. My title is Trend in Educational Technology. Let me introduce myself. I'm Professor Dedikus Fandi from Educational Technology Study Program, State University of Malang. Okay, I would like to present. Okay. Sorry. Oke. Sudah terlihat ya, Mbak Apita? Baruli?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. This is my agenda in my presentation. Yeah, 5 main discussion agenda to start the slide. The core of this discussion focus on the existence of educational technology, study and practice trend, and they are currently emerging in the field of educational technology development. And important thing that must be concern and responsibility for educational technology in designing, creating, implementing, assessing, and managing quality learning, dignified, adaptive, flexible, and quality. And the end and conclusion and information are presented as necessary. We are look in this slide as a refresher to remember the position and existence of educational technology. We have AICT has provided the latest definition of educational technology, 2 of which are the definition of covered by AICT in 2004 and 2018, because this is the definition that is currently valid and applied in educational technology study program at the tertiary level. Educational technology is the study and the ethical practice to facilitating learning and improving performance by creating, using, and managing appropriate technological processes and resources. And another definition is about educational technology is study and ethical application theory, research, and best practices to advance knowledge as well as media and improve learning and performance through the strategy, design, management, and implementation learning and instructional processes and research. I think this is must be known that educational technology has a discipline and a practical to improve the learning and teaching, especially to develop of the processes and resource in everywhere level. Looking at the result of the field studies in 70s, educational technology has always focused on attention on theory and basis for implementing learning, as well as now the nature of learning in 70s era emphasized by the dominant role for the teacher, where students are learning objects, learning activities, and control rests with the teacher. It was only 2010 and after that students were given a real role as controller and independent learning through concept of active student learning and the concept of mutual learning. Even though all these things still happen in the classroom, learning events still occur in the classroom environment. The next change in learning paradigm occurred through the use of technology in learning. Technology has changed learning activity not only without classes, but using online internet network to facilitate learning through digital technology. Learning materials and facilities and activities can be carried out anywhere, anyone, and anytime. Learning in the 21st century has changed the learning paradigm, which necessarily gives a teacher and student the freedom to use technology-based facilities, which enable learning to be carried out massively, oftenly, flexible, adaptively, than personally. This is as we know, that digital era that has occurred in 21st century education. So, 4C, as we know that the 4Cs have become a trigger for implementing quality education with an emphasis in developing critical thinking, creative, collaborative, and communication skills. It's true that these 4 abilities that the latest trends in learning model or strategy image which are widely studied, researched, developed, and implemented on an ongoing basis, not only in school but also in university, educational and training institutions, courses, and non-formal and informal education. Exciting development have occurred that student research style cycle, where the 4 models are combined with the latest learning concept. Media-assisted, digital teaching material, as well as authentic assessment that are open and independent to measure student learning satisfaction. Learning outcome not only prove the influence of learning effectiveness, but are also related to learning efficiency and attractiveness of learning. Why does it happen in the era of 21st century education? It turns out of the main basis lies in the development of characteristics of the learner. Namely, since we become aware of the emergence of digital generation or digital native. Which in the womb, namely since the spirit was breathed into the mother womb, as now one digital through the mother interaction with the technology living environment. The digital generation is always connected to the internet, sugar interaction, multi-processes, synthetic thinkers, knowledge explorers, learning activities through discovery and play, as well as being literate and skilled in multimedia, are the characteristics inherent in the digital generation. The existence of the new generation is currently popular known as Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and Gen Beta has opened to the eyes of the world that 21st century education and learning is very different from previous years and even tends to increase attention to program policies regarding the use of technology, especially technology, information and communication, digital technology and virtual technology are the main condition. The use of technology in online network is also growing fast, triggering in the extraordinary event COVID-19. Learning orientation has changed, with many using the internet and digital technology in learning. So, then when we become familiar with the term education digital transformation in the era of revolution industry 4.0 as a continue of the industrial revolution 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. Nothing else, so that every young generation of students can think critically and solve the problem, can build relationship between people well and effectively, have digital awareness and use the everyday life effectively and wisely, and have the job career effective, specific, and able to work for a better life. Media technology innovation have also emerged with what is known as learning media reform, where all of the potential and power of the access in result big data analysis, Internet of Things, and AI, machine learning, and mobile learning, augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, extended reality, metaverse, hologram, and customized media are used in massive or as many benefits as possible for education, learning, and improving human resources on an ongoing basis. Referring to the finding of the Sophia Conrad in 2024, currently trends in the field of educational technology are emerging at the same time, emphasize that the extension of scientific discipline and educational technology practices concerning learning and teaching is becoming increasingly real, and their active role participation increasingly expected. Following the 8 top trends in educational technology, which can convey as a trigger that the extension of educational technology is increasingly shining by bringing several hope and as well as challenges to be able to improve the quality of human resources. Firstly, this is a trend. The first trend is unconventional platform, or we call our non-conventional platform are tool, media, or method that are unusual or outside conventional educational practices to support the learning processes in conventional learning. Learning is more formal, and in conventional learning is more formal and structured with us center on the teacher, while unconventional platform tend to be more flexible and allow the implementation of distance learning. Example of unconventional media platform, according to PAPAS, are social media, mobile application, virtual reality, podcast, and live stream. The unconventional pattern is modified by current technology development by means that the way of learning is also changing rapidly. The use of online platform, for example, means that learning can be done anywhere and anytime as many interactive features such as discussion forum, online quizzes, and our sharing those, then question and collaborating on project. Artificial intelligence. Secondly, this artificial intelligence is technological innovation designing to imitate human intellectual abilities. Artificial intelligence innovation in computers and machines that are capable of thinking like humans, who have cognitive ability, learning, adaptive ability, and the ability to make decisions. Bakri Kopakov said that the extent of AI technology in the education sector is the result of research and development carried out of several decades that brought together system designers, data scientists, product designers, statisticians, linguists, cognitive scientists, psychologists, education experts, and several experts in order to develop systems using multiple levels of intelligence and ability to perform the function of developing flexible knowledge skill in our constant change. Next, learning analytics. Data. Yeah, data fiction. Yeah. Data fiction come from the word data. We can. Data fiction come from the word data, which can be interpreted and material produced to grouping the information obtained by category and form of representation so that become basis for creating knowledge. Data fiction was originally defined as the process, the quantifying phenomena, so they can be tabulated and analyzed. Learning analytics is built, developed using data collected from various learning processes, such as the use of digital learning management system, social media, and discussion forum to improve understanding and better learning experiences. According to Simon, learning analytics is defined as the use of data collected from learning activities in order to take action aimed at optimizing and improvement of ongoing learning processes. The immersive learning is increasingly popular in the current era because it's supported by technology advanced such as virtual reality, augmented reality, and 3D simulation. Blockchain is one of the trends in this era. That blockchain is a chain that sequentially blocks that are assembled but distributed together digitally. The data enter into the blockchain is stored in blocks that are linked together chronological order, and that searching for data sources and the process of verifying automatically of the data become easier. Next is digital twin. Digital twin technology, which was initially introduced in the context of manufacturing and industrial system, is now starting to show significant potential in the world of education. Digital twin technology itself was introduced by Michael Gibbs, 2002, with the title Digital Twin Manufacturing Excellence Through Virtual Factory Replication. Next is chatbot have evolved from simple program to intelligent virtual assistant that play an important role in various fields, including education. Chatbot technology, which is based on NLP, AI, and ML, help students learn independently, obtain information, and solve the problem. However, this technology also faces challenges such as data privacy and the risk of academic fraud. The trend of using AI assistant in education shows great potential, but still requires innovation in more integrative and affordable learning framework. This development often feature research opportunity. Next, and the eighth of the trend is wearable devices are technological devices that can be worn on the human body, designed to provide additional functional beyond the basic function of denoting clothing or accessories normally worn. They are often used to link indicator of health, physical activity, etc., as well as connect with smart devices to collect and analyze data. In simple terms, it can be interpreted as a technological devices that can be worn and integrated into the human body. These devices equipped with various sensors and connectivity that allow users to interact with digital data in more personal, real-time manner, and for example, smart watches with fitness bracelet, smart glasses, or smart clothing. These are awesome trends currently developing in the field of educational technology. Many more trends will develop and can become system, application, media, tool, learning resources, and can be applied to the world of education, especially to create lifelong educational program. This trend show how developed technology is today, and all of this help make accessibility easier for the user. With technology, every student can continue to carry out their learning activity anywhere, anytime, and with anyone. The opportunity to carry out learning activity on ongoing basis is one good side of the positive impact of using technology-based tools, material, and systems, which must continue to program and be realized in the real time now and especially in the future. And my recommendation is that one thing I want to say for Indonesia especially, so that the use of technology result can be maximized, building a learning center in Indonesia as necessary. The learning center will serve as medium, facility, and pace and curriculum. Learning center is also a place and learning community for the younger generation. How technology can support our educational process, implementation, and assessment. Technology can simple deliver our content of curriculum, preparing the digital generation to be accustomed to technology-based activity wisely with noble character and futuristic demand. The role of educational technology graduate is very large in developing learning center as the center of regional sector. And the last important thing that the use of technology must be wiser by paying attention to fairness, dignity, noble cultural value, personality, and value of faith and devotion of God Almighty. The humanization of technology is essential. The use of technology must be in the line of the development of good character. The transfer of good values must be the main basis for utilizing technology in the educational sector. Privatization, data security, accessibility, flexibility, adaptability, and moral values must continue to be pursued so that there is increased awareness of the importance of developing technology-based moral value and manners. Digital literacy must be able to place technology as an instrument for improving high-level thinking skills and be able to empower local wisdom, value to be developed as widely possible in teaching and learning activity and in era 21st century education. Thank you very much for all attention, sir and madam. Sorry if there are many efforts and start coming. Good afternoon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Prof. Dedi, for your important and useful material and about the trends in educational technology. Okay, from Prof. Dedi, I can catch the point that because of COVID-19 pandemic, there are some changes in learning orientation. And to accommodate these changes in learning orientation, there are around 8 top trends in educational technology in 2024, such as unconventional platform, artificial intelligence, datafication and learning analytics, immersive learning, blockchain, digital twins, chatbots and AI assistant, and wearable devices. All these school education technology tools help make a lifelong learning. We just have to understand how we can use these tools to create even more opportunities for continuous learning for our students. Okay, thank you very much for my both speakers. And then we go to the discussion session. Okay, we have around 15 minutes in this session. And then for all the participants, I will remind you that before you give a question, you can mention your name first and also your institution. Okay. Maybe from the participant on the ballroom, is there any question from the participant on the ballroom? I give the chance first. For the participant on the ballroom, you can raise your hand and don't forget to mention your name and your institution. There is no question from the participant, maybe from the committee, no? Okay, if there is no question, okay, in the chat column, okay, I also will remind for the participant on the Zoom. If you want to give a question directly, you can just click the raise hand sign. Or maybe if you don't want to do that directly, and you just give your question on the chat column, and then I will read it to the speakers. Yes, actually there are 2 questions here. Okay, from Mr. F. Ekrizang Baskara, and this question is for Prof. Azlan. How might AI power academic advising create a personalization paradox in higher education, potentially limiting student exposure diverse perspective and hampering their adaptability in evolving job market? Okay, Mr. Rizang from Universitas Sanata Dharma. And then second question for Prof. Dedi, how might the emerging AI influence the gap between AI native, Gen Z, and also immigrant or older generation, reshape societal hierarchies, and what urgent digital transformation are needed in a higher education institution to prevent a new form of generational inequality driven by AI literacy? Also from Mr. Rizang from Universitas Sanada Dharma. Okay, please, from Azlan, this time is yours to answer.
All right, okay, thank you very much, Bu Ruli. Okay, thank you very much also to, is that Bapak Rizang?
Bapak Rizang.
Betul ke Bu Ruli?
Yes, yes, Bapak Rizang from Universitas Sanata
Alright.
Dharma, Yogyakarta.
Alright, okay. So I've been to Universitas Sanata Dharma, okay, in Jogja.
Yeah.
Can't remember, probably in before COVID lah, right? Okay. But anyway, I try to answer question from Bapak Risang. Okay, it's about AI-powered academic advising. It's very, very interesting. Okay, it's actually we are upgrading. Okay, our online academic advising. We empowered. Okay, with AI. Okay, it's actually we have tried by using chatbot. Okay. Meaning to say every single advisor, okay, every single docent, pensyarah, lecturer, they might have this bot, okay. So bot will help to deal with student in case, they need advice during late at night or something like that. But that was a chatbot. So we try to upgrade, okay, into AI powered, the one that also similar to the one raised by Pak Risang. Okay, but one thing, okay, that came across, that strike our head is that we must remember, okay, the the responsibility, okay, of an advisor. Okay, we as an academic staff, we as a lecturer, okay, we play an important role as an academic advisor. Okay, the, of course there is limitations, okay, to AI. Okay, AI will give informations, okay, thousand of informations. Okay, for example, if we with our advising, okay, seek an advice, okay, seek information, okay, AI then they they can get information from ChatGPT, okay, without asking, this online academic advising powered by AI. Actually, okay, they can do that if they want. But one thing that we must understand and we must realize that AI is not human. Okay, we are all human. Okay, we are all have emotion. Okay, kita ada emosi kan. Okay, so ini yang AI tidak ada. Okay, AI does not have, some sort of like emotion, the feelings. Okay, when we conduct such as, these advising session, okay, with our student, with our mentee, okay, they sometimes, sometimes they ask us something that may be not related to study, okay, not related to program study. Maybe talk about, okay, Prof, okay, I broke up love with my boyfriend, girlfriend. So how can I control my, my emotion and things like that, So this is maybe AI, okay, cannot answer, okay, or cannot, assist our students. So I do agree, okay, which I think most of us agree that AI powered academic advising could assist both advisor and advisee, okay, but there is always limitation, okay, when it comes to aspects such as emotion, okay, and things like that, okay. So maybe that's from me from now, for now, Bu Ruli.
Yeah, enough, Bapak Risang. Maybe there is a feedback from Bapak Risang, no? Is still
Oh, Ibu,
any
thank you very much,
limitation?
Prof.
Yeah, any feedback, Bapak? No? Okay, enough. Thank you, Prof. Azlan, for the answer. Is there any limitation? Is it right, Prof? Even though we can get many much from the AI, but still limitation, maybe relating with the emotion, because AI is not human. Yes. Okay, thank you. And then for the second question, for Prof. Dedi, Prof, time is yours.
Yes, thank you very much. From
Bapak Risang from
Bapak
Universitas
Rizal,
Sanata
okay.
Dharma, Prof.
Yeah, thank you. This is very interesting question, and I appreciate for that. As you know, the gap between digital natives and the immigrant generation or the old generation cannot be avoided. Okay, one word is the continuous collaboration between digital native and immigrant generation. I think it's the key concept and the strategy to minimize of the gap between digital native and the immigrant, especially in our school, because the teacher, as now that there are many teachers have in immigrant generation, many circumstances or semacam kendala dalam bidang teknologi. The role of the adults, especially teacher, changes to become student as friends. Yeah, not just a teacher as a instructor or uh, mother, but teacher have a role as motivators and facilitator in student learning. This I think the role of visitor is changed or improving, that all of the activity in the class must be in the two of the role, motivators and facilitators. As a motivator, it play a role in encouraging children to learn throughout their lives. As a facilitator, there are three roles. First is an adult who can facilitate learning to make easy learning. This is very important, that teacher must give the easier to children to learning. Yeah. And the second is as a orchestrator atau penggubah belajar kelas. This manage the learning, yeah, in the class or the out of the class with online or internet thing. And yes, the third is as a provide a variety learning resource for the children. This is the three of the role of the as a facilitator. So the gap, I hope that the gap of the children as the digital native and teacher as immigrant can be minimized. One, I say before that collaborative is very important. So this is very important to our in institution, that all of the activity in school, in the class, in out of the class, has encourage students to collaborate with the people in everywhere, in every activity. So this is very important thing. I think that's my answer. Thank you, Bu Viva.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Dedi. The key point is that there is a need for the collaboration and cooperation. Is it right, Prof? Okay. In chat column, there is one more question from Bapak Saki. He is from the Master of the Primary Education Program, UNS. And I want to ask Prof, it means Prof Dedi, is it right? Not Prof Edi, Prof Dedi. What I want to ask is how in the future this blockchain will develop in Indonesia, and will it eventually influence the learning process in Indonesia? Or is it possible that in the future this blockchain can be influenced in the curriculum? Our Indonesia, yes. About the blockchain, Prof?
Okay. Langsung saya jawab ya. Okay. Thank you very much for your question. It's very important for us to be sure that blockchain can be applied in our education system, because the blockchain has many benefits in our education. So maybe this is we must design, we must develop, we must implement, and we must evaluation. Yeah. To have more benefit in our education. So we know that the blockchain has many benefit, especially to make the education or the teaching learning process more flexible, yeah, adaptive, and can use of the data to get to bring students analyzing, thinking in many order thinking, especially to higher order thinking skill, and for to using the data and material to create product, or especially learning product needed of the all of the source of the uh, uh, resource, yeah, in the class. So I think blockchain can be designing up with educational technologies to maximize, yeah, benefit for the improving the quality of education. I think that my
Okay, thank you,
answer.
Prof. Dedi. Maybe there is a feedback from Mr. Saki. No? Okay, if there is no, maybe any other participant want to give a question on the ballroom or maybe on the Zoom? There is no? From the committee, maybe? No, no question also. Okay. Oh, yes, 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 please. For the committee, can you give the mic to the ibu yang di tengah? Bisa dibantu untuk mic-nya?
Selamat Pak, selamat siang Bu.
Ya, selamat siang Ibu.
Ya, thank you for both of the presenter, Pak,
Yeah.
Pak Aslan and Pak Dedi, for the excellent presentation. I have one question to.
Excuse me, ma'am, can you mention your name and also your
My
institution
name is
first?
Carolina. I'm from Politeknik Negeri Bandung.
Bu Erlina.
Carolina.
Oh, Carolina.
Yes.
Yes.
My question is to Pak Aslan. It's interesting to know that as you share with us that that 69% of students prefer online, ya Pak. While the reverse, only 51% teachers prefer to have face-to-face lecturing. So from my experience, I see that the students, yes, I agree with you, Pak. The students prefer online, but the problem is how effective. To advising, to your strategy advising, online advising for the students, is there any differences between for online advising between pre and post COVID learning for the students? That is my question.
Okay, thank you, Bu Carolina. And then Prof. Aslan.
Bu Ruli, boleh tolong could you please repeat question from Ibu just now because we can't hear clearly. Thank you.
Okay, if not mistaken, that the point from the Bu Carolina is want to know about the the effectiveness of the using online method in the teaching learning process. Is it right, Ibu? Yeah. Yes. Actually, how is for the student to know about the, because Bu Caroline said that if it is based on your research, there are many percent that student prefer to use online, but how about the effectiveness of this online in teaching learning process, or maybe for the like emotional or maybe anything that cannot be covered by the online or maybe digital devices, Prof.
All right, okay. All right, okay. Thank you very much, Bu Ruli, okay, for helping me to get better, okay, about the question from Bu Karina, because tadi ada hilang sikit. Alright, okay, but anyway, this is very interesting, okay. I think because we are all academic staff, we are all docent, we are all lecturers, okay. I think many of us, okay, we find that traditional face-to-face, okay, in many cases would be the most effective way in teaching, okay, in delivering information, okay, physical teaching and learning. But now after COVID-19, okay, we are all know, okay, the situation has changed. Okay, we have moved to online. Okay, but in I think in many university, okay, I think we chose to we go for blended learning, okay, not 100% online learning, okay. I think one of the reason why, okay, is because in terms of effective domain, okay, we have learning domain, right, okay, is sometimes it's quite difficult, okay, to measure, okay, especially the abstract domain, okay, the values, for example, okay, which is you can't simply measure, okay, through I mean if we apply this online learning, okay. But yes, if we are student, okay, obviously student will always, okay, we are happy with online, okay. But I do well, like in my case, I'm a chemistry. Okay, I'm specialized in chemistry. Of course, when we teach chemistry, okay, we need to hands-on. Okay, we do a lot of calculation. Okay, it is much. How to say? It is much uh, meaningful to teach. Okay, if we deliver it in physical face-to-face. Okay. In terms of effectiveness, okay, I just this is from my opinion, okay, from my reading, okay, as well as from my understanding, okay. Of course, from online, I mean, if we look carefully at online learning, okay, there must be ways, okay, to measure our student, student achievement. Okay, now when we talk about flexible education, okay, we talk about, we have flexible assessment, evaluation, okay. Or I mean, there is actually a challenge for us. Okay, a challenge for us. This is the era now. Okay, whether we like it or not. Okay, we just have to adapt with these. Maybe we go for blended something like that. Okay, Ibu, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry in terms of there's no such theory saying that okay online teaching will be 100% effective, okay, and vice versa. Okay, so all we need to do is we just need to try to apply several methods, okay, of teaching, of assessment, of evaluation, something like that. Okay, so maybe that's a comment from me, Buruli, to Ibu Carolina.
Okay, thank you. Any other feedback? No? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Prof. Azlan. Okay, now we are in the 12 o'clock. It is the end of the second session. And then I will say thanks to Prof. Azlan and also Prof. Dedi for your material. It is very important and very useful for us. Thank you very much for your participation in our seminar. And also I say thanks to the participant or the ballroom of ONS Tower and also on the Zoom. Thank you very much for your participation and attention. And then the last, as moderator, I will say sorry if I have a lot of mistake while I'm leading this second session. And see you next year on the ICLIQE 2025. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye. See you.
Thank you for Ms. Ruli Hafida for being the moderator for the second session of the plenary lecture. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the end of the plenary lecture session. The next schedule will be the parallel session that will start at 1 p.m. The closing ceremony will be held in each parallel room. Once again, please everyone On behalf of the organizing committee, we are saying thank you for your stay here to join the conference. It was really an honor to serve you all and see you the ICLIQE 2025. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kepada seluruh peserta conference, dimohon untuk segera mengambil makan siang.
Anak-anak sini.
Kepada Bapak Ibu seluruh peserta conference, dimohon untuk segera mengambil makan siang karena sudah disediakan oleh panitia. Terima kasih.